So good day everyone. Today we will explore more about the geometric sequence by having problems involving geometric sequence. So this video will present to you my way on how to solve a particular problems involving a geometric sequence. So it is my way on how to solve. So there are a lot of ways. The same also nung ginawa natin sa arithmetic sequence, may mga ways, different ways on how to solve a particular problem. But what I'm going to show you is my own way on how to solve the problem. So, review natin yung formula because in this video, we will use often the formula. So, review natin yung formula ng geometric sequence. The formula used in geometric sequence is yung a sub n is equal to a sub 1 r raised to n minus 1, where a sub n is the nth term, a sub 1 is the first term, r is the common ratio, and n refers to the number of terms. So let's start. Number 1. What is the fifth term of the geometric sequence 3 over 20, 3 halves, 15, and so on? So we're looking for the fifth term. So meron pang fourth and fifth. So ito yung hinahanap natin. We're looking for the fifth term. So meron mang magkasunod dito na terms. So we can easily identify first the common ratio. To get the common ratio, we will get the first two consecutive numbers, which is 3 halves. Yung common ratio natin is 3 halves divided by 3 over 20. So magiging 3 halves times division of fraction, kunin yung reciprocal, that's 20, ito siya, over 3. So ito 1, ito naman 20 divided by 2 is 10. So the common ratio is 10. So we will proceed now by using the formula kasi alam na natin yung common ratio natin. So we are looking for the fifth term, so that is a sub 5. A sub 5 is equal to, the first term is 3 over 20 times the common ratio is 10 raised to their 5 terms minus 1 power. So this is 3 over 20 times 10 raised to the 4th power. What is 10 raised to the 4th power? So that is 10 times 10 is 100 times 10, 1,000 times 10 again. That is 4,000. So tingnan natin, 10 raised to 4. So 10,000. So that is 3 over 20 times 10,000. Then, ito pwede naman yan siya i-divide ng 20 ang 10,000. So, 10,000 divided by 20. So, that's 500. So, maging 500 ito. I-divide niya. Naging 500. Then, multiply natin sa 3 yung 500. That is 1,500. So, our fifth term is 1,500. 1,500. So, let's check kung tama ba. 3, ano yung first term natin? 3 over 20. 3 over 20. 3 over 20 times common ratio natin is 10. So, 3 over 20 times 10, that's 30. So that is 3 halves. 3 halves. 3 halves times 10. So that's 30 divided by 2 is 15. Ito yung next term. Then 15 times 10 is 150. Then the last is 150 times 10. That's 1,500. So, another way how to solve kasi alam naman natin yung common ratio. So, is-successive multiplication na lang natin siya dito sa ating first three terms para makuha natin yung fourth pati fifth terms. Okay, so the fifth term is 1,500. So, let's proceed. Let's proceed to number 2. For number 2, find the sixth term of a geometric sequence where the second term is 6 and the common ratio is 2. So, ganito yung magiging itsura ng ating problem. So, the first is missing. The second term is 6. Tapos, third, wala. Fourth, fifth, and find the sixth term. So, sixth term. Ito yung hinahanap natin. The sixth term. The common ratio is 2. So, madali na lang siya. All we have to do, alam naman natin yung common ratio, all we have to do is just multiply successively. So, 6 times 2 is 12. Times 2, 24. Times 2 again, 48. And times 2, 96. So, the sixth term is 96. So, first term natin dito is divide by 2, 3. Tingnan natin using the formula. So, that is A sub 6. We're looking for the sixth term is equal to 3. 3 times common ratio natin is 2 raised to 6 minus 1 power. So this is 3 times 2 raised to 5. So 2 raised to 5th power, 32. So 32 times 3, that's 96. So our sixth term is 96. Okay, let's move to number 3. Okay, ito. So, do you still remember our problems in arithmetic sequence? Na meron tayong problem na hinahanap yung K. So, meron din tayo dito sa geometric sequence. Find K so that the terms K minus 3, K plus 1, and 4K minus 2 form a geometric sequence. So, ang ating sequence, ang first term natin is K minus 3. Our second term is K plus 1. And our third term is 4K minus 2. So, hanapin daw natin ang value ng K. So, ano yung value ng K? So, we have an idea that a geometric sequence has a common ratio. Ibig sabihin, yung ratio ng two consecutive terms, ng bawat two consecutive terms ay pare-pareho. So, ibig sabihin, ito siya, itong dalawa, ang ratio nito ay equal sa ratio ng last two terms. So meron tayong equation. We will have an equation. So the first is K plus 1, itong dalawa, K plus 1 divided by K minus 3. And that is equal to itong dalawa naman, so that is 4K minus 2 over K plus 1. So, yan yung magiging itsura ng ating equation. So, we will simplify. We're looking for the value of k. So, you can cross multiply actually here para ma-simplify natin. So, unahin natin ito. So, k times k. K, itong dalawa, k plus 1 times k plus 1. So, k times k is k squared. K times 1 is k. 1 times k is k, so that's 2k. So, plus 2k. Then, 1 times 1 is 1. So, plus 1. Equals, itong dalawa naman, itong k minus 3 times 4k minus 2. So, k times 4k is 4k squared. The next is k times negative 2 is negative 2k. Then negative 3 times 4k is negative 12k. So that is negative 12k minus 2k is minus 14k. Then we have negative 3 times negative 2, that's positive 6, so plus 6. So magiging ganyan na itsura. So siguro meron kayong ma-remember dito na topic. During yung grade 9, na-fall ito siya under quadratic equation. So you just remember the quadratic equation. The first term is raised to the second power. So yun yung quadratic equation. So this one is also quadratic equation. So, ang gagawin natin para mahanap natin yung variable na hinahanap natin, which is k, ang gagawin natin, itong mga terms dito, ilipat natin lahat doon sa kabila. Then, we will partner the terms na pare-pareho. Okay, unahin natin, kopyahin muna natin sa kabila, k squared. Anong partner niya sa kabila? So, itong 4k squared. So, pag ilipat sa kabila, magiging negative 4k squared. Next, plus 2k. Ang 2k ang partner niya is negative 14k. So, magiging plus 14k. Plus 1, ito, ilipat naman natin sa kabila. So, magiging negative 6 is equal to, ano yung naiwan dito? Since lumipat lahat ang terms, walang naiwan dito. So, ibig sabihin is equal to 0. Then, we will simplify. So, k squared minus 4k squared, that is negative 3k squared. 2k plus 14k, that's 16 plus 16k. And 1 minus 6, that's negative 5 is equal to 0. So, malapit na. Okay. Mapansin nyo, ito siya is we're going to find the roots, di ba? In quadratic equation, roots. Pero it is convenient na yung first term natin dito is positive. So, anong gagawin natin para maging positive siya? Pwede nating ilabas yung negative 1. Para ang maiwan sa loob is 3k. Para magiging opposite yung mga sign dito sa loob. So, kasi 3k squared, tapos ito magiging negative 16k naman. Itong negative dito maging positive 5 is equal to 0. Paano nangyari yon? Kasi negative 1 times 3k squared is negative 3k squared. Negative 1 times negative 16k is positive 16k. Negative 1 times 5 is negative 5. So, ganun. After that, we will divide both sides by negative 1, pati dito negative 1. So, maalis na yun siya, yung negative natin. So, 0 divided by negative numbers. Yung 0 i-divide ng any number is still 0. So, we have 3k squared minus 16k plus 5 is equal to 0. So we are now ready to find the values of k. Actually, values of k. Bakit values? Because of the square here. Ibig sabihin, dalawa yung value ng k natin. So this one, there are many ways on how to find the roots in a quadratic equation. One of the simplest is you are going to factor. If a factor natin yung 3k squared minus 16k plus 5. Actually, you can use the completing the square, di ba? Yan naman yung ano nyo, using the quadratic formula, extracting the square root. So, yun siya yung mga 4 ways on how to solve. Pero this time, we will use the factoring is equal to 0. So, ang gagawin natin, ano yung factor ng first term? 3k squared. So, ang factor niyan, ang factor kasi ng 3, since 3 is, ang tawag dito is a prime number. So, ang factor lang niya is 3 and 1. So, pwede tayo dito maglagay ng 3. Tapos, dito yung 1. 1. So, ano yung factors ng k squared? So, dalawang k. So, that is k. Dito isa. K din dito. So, understood na may 1 na itong k natin. Okay, next one. Itong 5. Itong 5, ang factors niya, 5 also is a prime number. So, ang factors lang niya is 1 pati itself. So, 1 and 5. Pero, saan natin ilalagay si 1 and 5? Dapat kasi yung magiging sum is negative 16. So, saan natin ilalagay si 5? Dito or dito? So, kailangan kasi natin makuha yung sum. So, ganito kasi may maging partner yan siya, i-multiply yan siya, i-multiply yan siya dyan. So, 3k, pag i-multiply natin dito sa 1, maging 3 lang. Tapos, 5 times k is 5k. So, pag i-add natin is 8. Hindi siya umabot. So, kung dito naman ang 5, so 3 times 5, 15. Tapos 1, 6, 15 plus 1 is 16. So, pwede. So, dito yung 5. Dito yung 1. So, ano yung magiging sign? Since positive man ito dito, so pwedeng negative. Negative. Tingnan natin. So, 3k times negative 5 is negative 15. So, negative 1 times k is negative k. And negative 15k plus negative k is negative 16k. Tama. So, negative 1 times negative 5 is 5. So, yan na yung ating factors. Now, since dalawa yung ating value ng k, we will equate each factor sa 0. So, the first equation is 3k minus 1 is equal to 0. The other one is k minus 5 is equal to 0. So, dalawa. First one, ito. So, ilipat natin yung 1 doon para makuha natin yung k. So, 3k is equal to 1. Divide both sides by 3. So, our k, you can cancel na ito. So, k is equal to 1/3. Ito yung first na value ng k natin. 1/3. The other one is k. Madali lang ito. Ililipat na lang si 5 sa kabila. So, k is equal to 5. So, ito yung mga values ng k natin. Ito yung hinahanap natin, di ba, sa problem. Find the value of k. So, okay. We will check if pag i-substitute natin yung value ng k dito, maka-form ba siya ng geometric sequence. So, unahin muna natin itong whole number, last sa itong fraction, when k is equal to 5. So, when k is equal to 5, ito siya magiging 5, k natin 5, diba? So, 5 minus 3 is 2. 2 siya. Ito naman, k plus 1, or 5 plus 1 is 6. And the last one is 4 times 5 is 4 times 5 is 20 minus 2, 18. So, tingnan natin kung may common ratio ba siya. So, 16 divided by 2 is 3. 18 divided by 6 is 3. So, meron siyang common ratio. So, try natin pag yung k naman natin is 1/3. Sige, sulat na lang natin dito yung hindi nagkasya dun. Ano yung first term natin? K minus 3. Second term natin is k plus 1. The third one is 4k minus 2. Check natin kung yan ba. K minus 3, k plus 1, and 4k minus 2. So, ito yung ating terms. When k is equal to 1/3, tingnan natin yung kanyang magiging value. So, k, which is 1/3. So, 1/3 minus 3. 1/3 minus 3 is so magiging 1/3 minus 3 equals, so the LCD here is 3, 1, tapos understood na may 1 man dito, so 3 divided by 1 is 3. Ano yan? 3 divided by 3, 3 divided by 1 is 3 times 3 is 9 equals negative 8 over 3. Ito yung first term natin. Second one, yung k plus 1 naman, so 1/3 plus 1 equals, so magiging LCD niya rin is 3. So, 1 plus, so 3 divided by 1 is 3. 3 times 1 is 3. So, 1 plus 3, that's 4/3. And the last term, that is 4 times 1/3. 4 times 1/3 minus 2 equals, so magiging 4 times 1 is 4 over 3. 4 over 3 minus 2 equals, so LCD niya is 3. So 3 divided by 1 is 3 times 2, negative 6. So, magiging 4 minus 6 is negative 2/3. Okay, yan na yung sequence natin. So, first term natin is negative 8 over 3. Tapos, 4 over 3. Then, negative 2 over 3. Tingnan natin kung meron siyang common ratio. First, ito, kunin natin ang ratio nito. So, ang common ratio niyan is 4 over 3 divided by negative 8 over 3. So, that is 4/3 times, reciprocal niyan is 3 over negative 3 over 8. So, pwede naman yan siya. Lowest term nito is 4 over 8 is 1/2. So, the sign is negative, 1/2. So, itong dalawa na naman. Okay, yung dalawa, that is negative 2/3 divided by 4/3. So, negative 2/3 times reciprocal, that's 3 over 4. Pwede na yan. So, negative 2 over 4, ang lowest term niya is negative 1/2 also. So, meron siyang common ratio. Okay? So, yun yung pag-check natin. So, yung checking, hindi naman siya necessary. Ang checking naman, ginagawa para ma-double check natin if tama ba yung sagot natin. So, meron siyang common ratio when k is equal to 1/3 and when k is equal to 5. So, the values of k are 1/3 and 5. So, we already answered the problem. Find the k. Yun. Yun ang solution natin. Okay, let's proceed to number 4. Okay, number 4. In the geometric sequence 6, 12, 24, 48, which term is 768? Which term? Ibig sabihin, pang ilang term daw si 768. So, we will use the formula a sub n is equal to a sub 1 r n minus 1. So, inahanap natin ito. Kasi pang ilang terms daw siya. So, ang gagawin natin, actually, we can, pwede naman natin gawin successive multiplication. First, pag ito yung problem, ang pinakamadaling gawin is we are going to multiply successively, diba? So that is, the common ratio is 2. Kasi 12 divided by 6 is 2. So, tingnan natin. 6 times 2 is 12, 24, 48. Tapos next dito is 96. So, 96 times 2, 192. Tapos, times 2 again, 384. Times 2 again, 768. So, pang ilan siya? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, 8 term. 768 is the 8th term. Okay, so ganun yung magiging solution natin if we are going to multiply successively. What if we will use the formula? So, in using the formula, we have magiging ganito siya. We're looking for the last term natin is 768 is equal to the first term is 12. Common ratio is 2 and minus 1 power. Okay, ito siya. Dapat ito siya mapakita natin kung sige. Gawin na lang natin. Divide muna natin siya into 6. Divide both side by 6. So, 768 divided by 6. So, that's 128. Para maalis ito siya. So, 768, 728 times divided by 6 is 128 is equal to 2 raised to n minus 1. Okay, ito siya. Ang gawin natin, dapat, para ma-equate natin sa kabila yung power to power, gawin natin to siyang exponent. So, dapat yung base niya maging 2. Tapos, erase natin siya. Ilan ba? Ilan ba ito siya? So, 2. 128 is also denoted as 2 raised to, natin 2 raised to 2 raised to 6 power, 2 raised to 7 power. Okay, 2 raised to 7 power. Because 2 raised to 7 power is also equal to 128, tama? Kasi 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 and so on, that is equal to 128. So you can use your calculator to double check if 2 raised to 7 is 128. Is equal to 2 raised to n minus 1. Since the same na yung base natin ito, ang equate na lang natin itong dalawa, 7. So magiging, the same naman yan, equate na lang natin yung power. So that is 7 is equal to n minus 1. Para makuha yung value ng n, lipat na lang natin yun sa kabila. Lipat natin sa kabila. Teka mo, nakapalobat ang laptop natin. Sige. Ito, so, negative 1, ilipat sa kabila, that's 7 plus 1 is equal to n. So, n natin is equal to 8. So, yan na yung ating answer by using the formula. Okay? So, pwede lang i-equate yung power. Take note ha, pwede lang siya i-equate pag yung base natin pareho. Yung kanina kasi, itong 128, we cannot equate dito, yung exponent niya. Kasi, magkaiba yung base. 128 is not equal to 2. So, magkaiba yung base. So, dapat i-convert muna natin into exponential form. Ito yung exponential form ng 128. 2 raised to 7. Okay? So, yun yung answer natin. So, the 178 is the 8th term. Okay, let's proceed. So, pwede nyo sagutan yung siya successively kung konti yung numbers, pero kung huge masyado yung numbers, you proceed with the formula. Okay, number 5. The second term of a geometric sequence is 3/4 and its fourth term is 3. What is the first term? So, maging itsura niya ng ating problem is blank yung first term because we're looking for the first term. The second term is 3/4. The third is missing and the fourth is 3. So, ang gagawin natin, hanapin natin yung first term. But before we can identify the first term, identify muna natin ang common ratio. Since walang dalawang numbers na magkasunod, we can use the formula. Yung a sub n is equal to a sub 1 r n minus 1. So, magiging ito, a sub n, ito na lang gagamitin natin. Ito, kasi we don't have any data here. So, ito na lang instead ang gagamitin natin. So, 3/4, 3, ang last term natin a sub n is equal to 3/4. We're looking for the ratio na r times r raised to 3. Because there are 3 terms, exclude natin yung first term, minus 1. So, 3 is equal to 3/4 times r. 3 minus 1 is 2. 3r squared. Tapos, divide both side by 3/4. 3/4 din dito para ito siya mawala, makancel. So, mag-itsura na, pag i-simplify natin ito, that's 3 times, get the reciprocal, 4/3. And that is equal to r squared. Pwede makancel yan, so 4. R squared is equal to 4, or 4 is equal to r squared. So, square root, get the square root of both sides para ito mawala na siya. So, r is equal to, since the index here is even, 2 kasi even, so we will have 2 common ratio, that is positive and negative 2. So, positive and negative ang common ratio natin. So, ang gagawin natin, unahin naman natin yung positive 2. Ang positive 2, para makuha yung first term, since sa left siya, ang gagawin natin, we will divide. So, 3/4 divided by 2. So, that is equal to 3/4 times 1/2. Reciprocal of 2 is 1/2. So, 3 over is equal to 3 times 1 is 3. 4 times 2 is 8. So, our first term is 3 over 8. So, ganun din pag negative yung 2 natin. So, lagyan na lang natin dito ng positive, negative 2. Kasi mag-iba lang yung sign. So, positive, negative 2. How about this, the third term? Identify na lang natin ang third term. So, 3 over 4 times 2. So, 6 over 4 are 3 halves. And 3 halves times 2. So, 6 over 2 or 3. So, since may negative pa, so lagyan natin siya ng positive and negative. So, ito yung ating geometric sequence. 3/8, 3/4, 3 halves, 3, negative 3 over 8, 3/4, negative 2/3, and 3. So, dalawa yung common ratio natin, dalawa din yung ating geometric sequence. Okay, let's proceed to number 6. Okay, this is the last one. This is the last problem. Find the sum of the terms of a geometric sequence where the first term is 4 and the last term is 3/24 and the common ratio is 3. So, we will review ano ba yung common ratio natin. Di ba meron tayong 4? This one refers to finite geometric series. Kasi meron siyang ending, which is the last term, binigay mo yung last term. So, 3/24. So, meron tayong 4 na formulas. So, the first one, when the common ratio is not equal to 1, when the common ratio is equal to 1, and the last two is when the common ratio is equal to -1. So, here, obviously, ang gagamitin natin yung first formula when the common ratio is not equal to 1. So, just to remember yung a sub n is equal to so actually pinasok ko na lang dun sa video ng first yung dalawa, yung derivation. Yung first one is ginagamit siya itong a sub 1 minus r raised to n all over 1 minus r. Ginagamit ito siya pag hindi natin alam yung last term. Di ba may or man yun siya? So, a sub 1 is equal to a sub n r over 1 minus r. So, ginagamit ito siya pag hindi natin alam yung last term. Pero pag alam natin yung last term, ito nang gagamitin natin. So, that is find the sum of the terms of geometric sequence where the first term is 4 and the last term is 3/24. So, the sum of the geometric sequence is, the first term is 4 minus 3/4 times the common ratio natin is 3 all over 1 minus 3. So, yan. So, 4 minus, what is 3/4 times 3? 3/4 times 3. So, 972 over negative 2. So 4 minus 972, that's 968, negative 968, negative 968 divided by negative 2. Then the sum is equal to negative 968 divided by 2, that's 484. So the sign is positive, so that's the sum is 484. 484. So ano ba yung ating sequence kaya? So the first term natin is 4. I-list down na lang natin 4. The common ratio is 3. 4. Tapos next term dito is 12. 12 times 3 is 36. Then 36 times 3 is 108. And 100 times 3 is 3 to 4. So, kung i-add natin ito lahat, ang geometric series niya is 4 plus 12 plus 36 plus 108 plus 3 to 4. So, kung i-add natin lahat, 4 plus 12 plus 36 plus 108 plus 3 to 4. Okay, the sum is 484. So you can double check using your calculator the sum of the geometric sequence is 484. Okay, so we are done. We are done with the problems involving geometric sequence. Hopefully, marami kayong natutunan on how to solve a particular problems involving geometric sequence. Ilan lang ito sa mga problems na meron siyang geometric sequence na application. So that's all for this video, and I hope na naintindihan nyo yung ating lesson on how to solve a particular problems in geometric sequence. Basta ang importante, alam natin kung paano laruin yung problems. Paano siya i-interpret. That's very important. Comprehension on how to comprehend a particular problem. That's the number one step talaga. So, dapat alam natin, naiintindihan natin yung problem. Kahit alam natin ang formula, if we don't know ano yung sinasabi ng problem, so that's useless. So, we need to have a comprehension on how to solve a particular problem. So that's all. Thank you and have a good day.